Let's back up to the first phone call. Okay, my phone rings. It's my assistant. And I answer. She says, "Hey, we have this offer from this guy, plays EDM music, is wondering if you would want to sing a song on his record." Where I'm at in life at this point is I didn't know what EDM was. I had to ask her, "What is EDM music?" And she goes, the club music." Right. And that just made me laugh. That was funny to me. And I was like, oh my God. I said, how about thank you, but no thank you. It's my immediate answer out of the gate. Thank you, no thank you. Being the quality person she was, she says, would you like to hear the song before we give an official no thank you? And I was like, sure, send me the song. So she's now sending me the song. And I think to myself, who do I know that listens to music that, Avicii, I'd never heard of him, right? I never heard of EDM, forget Avicii.
Had you heard the song now at this point?
I hadn't heard anything. I just hadn't heard anything. So I just want to know who the guy is. So at the time I had a 19-year-old daughter who happened to listen to all types of music, everything. She was just a fan of every genre. So I texted her, right? So have you ever heard of I wanted a quick response. I texted her. I didn't call her because she was a teenager. And you get a quick response from a text. For some reason, they will not answer your call. Anyway, I text her. You ever heard of this guy, Avicii? She texts back immediately. She says, Swedish DJ. He's a genius. He's my favorite artist. Why? So I type back. I said, I think he wants me to do a song on his next record. And I see the bubbles come up, one word, bullshit. She calls me up and I'm like, whoa, no. And I'm like, I start to give a response and my phone rings. Now I know it's serious because she's willing to waste valuable voice time. Dear old dad, so she goes, Dad, are you serious? Is this real? I mean, are you punking me? Like this can't be a joke. Like, what he means to me, right? If this is a joke and this is not something that's real, don't even say this to me. She goes, if this is real and you don't do it, she goes, I'm out. This is what she tells me. She says, I'm out.
Ultimatum.
No, I look at the phone. I'm thinking, first of all, she was 19. She lived on her own. I wasn't paying any of her bills. She was already, I was like, what do you mean you're out? She goes, try me. That's what she said. Now, as she's saying this, my phone buzzes again and I know it's the song. So I'm like, okay, well, I just wanted to know if you knew him. So hang on. I'm going to listen to the song right now and let you know. She goes, I don't care what it is. Do it. That's her answer. So I hang up from her and I listen to the song.
So where's your headspace at this point?
My headspace is, okay, my daughter is infatuated with this guy. What is this? What is this song? I have no expectation.
Okay.
Nothing.
And was it a produced version?
It was 2 guitar strings, boo doo 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 doo, and a vocal. That was it. There was no production. It was a just stone cold, dressed down bare demo.
So scratch vocal kind of a thing.
And an acoustic guitar playing 2 strings. That's it.
Okay.
Now, in my mind, I'm a bluegrass guy. I hear everything with banjos. I hear, like, in my mind, the version that I cut is what I heard immediately. Like, I heard it as up-tempo and fast, and I was like, oh, my God, it's kicking. It's like, it was a bluegrass song in my mind. So now I listen to the song, realize my daughter loves him, think it's such a different, weird style of music. I was like, this will never connect. So I call back my assistant, and I'm like, listen, I said, my daughter loves him. I actually really like the song. I said, what? I said, is this something we could do? I said, what's no big deal? I mean, no one ever hears it. Big deal. We do the song and it's one more song we've done. Right. And of course my thoughts of it is, no one will ever hear it. And then, a couple months later, it's number 1 in 16 countries at the same time. And it's a Super Bowl commercial and my phone's blowing up and people are going, dude, is this you? Because your name is not on this thing. What's going on? Like, it became such a big deal in my life and honestly led to so many of, if not all of anything that I have written since then. I have written for finding the courage to step outside of the box with something like I did through that Hey Brother experience with Avicii. I mean, I did not have a clue what I was getting involved with when I did it, or the potential of how big it could be or how many people it could touch. And it's since profoundly changed my life.
In the documentary, the newest one on Netflix, there was him producing one of the songs on the track. Was he there, or did you track different over? Like, how did that work?
Okay, so this was interesting in that I had no idea what was going to be done with that song. I recorded that vocal to a click track and sent it. I never met him. He was in LA, I was in Nashville.
So you recorded it here in town.
I recorded it here in town to a click track. I mean, I took a guitar and I don't even know if it was a guitar. I think he hit a piano key. It was in G. And
Uh-huh.
so he hit a G note, whatever that is. That's probably not a G, but he hit a note. And I listened to the note, and there was, in my
Yeah.
ear, and I had that note, and I just sang the song, man. Everything that's on that song, he built around he laid the vocal into, like, he did all his magic after the fact.
Yeah.
I had no sense of what that song was going to be when I recorded it. None. Zero. Nothing. It was a dry vocal with no music, not even the guitar.
So
No
you
music.
didn't even have, so you were cued off with a key and a click, and you had to just stay on the key of G
Yes.
that entire time.
Yeah.
And then you sang it, and then there's a bunch of like doubles.
There's harmonies and
And
stuff that he went back
harmonies.
once mine.
And you sang all that as well?
No, Gabe,
I was just curious if it was you or not.
so no, we had people come in and sing to that as it was. Because of course now once the vocal's on there, well then, you got a click, you got a vocal. Probably the easiest to sing harmony to that because there's no music to get in your way. Harmony, no problem.
Yeah.
Really, the lead vocal, no problem. It's not that it was hard to do. It wasn't. It was easy to do because you had a click track, so the timing was there. I had a note that I could hear, so the pitch was there. What was hard was to imagine what it was going to be, and again, I might not have sang it the same way had I heard the music. Like it might have inspired different stuff. I mean, I was imagining what the music was as I was singing. So, and it was completely different than what it ended up being.
So what was that first listen like?
Shocking. Just straight up shocking. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I actually heard my phone rang before I heard it. It was out and people were hearing it before I heard it. Like I didn't have a first listen, check this out. We're getting ready to release. Man, I sent him a dry vocal. The next thing I know is I got a call from a buddy who said, dude, there's this guy trying to rip you off, man. It's this pop song and it's totally trying to sound like you, but you're not on it, man. And I said, I was like, is it, hey brother? He goes, yeah. I said, dude, that's me. He goes, he goes, your name isn't on it. He goes, I looked everywhere. I said, yeah, I was work for hire. I was just, I might as well have been like a harmonica or whatever. I was just a part of the cast. He goes, dude, this is going to be a big song. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. And then, more people started calling and then I started seeing it had over 1 billion streams, that first year. I mean, even this year, okay, this is 13 years later, Spotify still had over 1 billion streams.
Yeah.
On Spotify. I
I
mean,
looked at that and
1 billion plus, that's huge.
It's
dude.
on the top, it shows you your top Spotify songs. I think it shows 1 through 5 and then it starts to show 6. And I think it's at 6. So you're still in the top.
How many years later is it?
It's crazy.
No, it's completely kablooey, right?
Yeah.
But again, it's one of the greatest things that could have ever happened to me to kind of smack me into some awareness of something that I wasn't quite aware of, until then. So
Yeah.
it opened me up for sure.